Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, nice girls. This morning I was lying in my bed. I was thinking how a nice girl can become um, a person who is truly themselves and favors and prioritizes self-expression. And I was thinking about people who were almost fully expressed, if not completely fully expressed. People like Prince, the musician, and I was thinking of Miles Davis, a jazz player, who never really conformed to what people thought jazz would be like, or what jazz should be like. He always created new stuff, and he always created music that was almost ethereal. It was almost sometimes disjointed, but it had a certain quality of being otherworldly, and he didn't care what people thought. He was very, very individuated. He valued what he believed in. He valued his creations. He valued who he is, and that's what he expressed in his lifetime. And there are many other people who are like that. Prince is also a similar person who didn't really care what other people thought about him and his music. He did what he wanted to do. There are many people like that. And those people are almost the opposite of a nice girl, because the nice girl is overly concerned of being liked. But these other people are not really concerned about being liked. And so I was thinking, what kind of mindset do these people have that a nice girl who's wanting to come out of being just nice to everybody and obsessed with being liked can adopt. Um, and as I was thinking about this, as you all know, I have to go to the root. I was thinking about how these people must have thought right from the beginning, and how they must have seen the world and their relation to the world that they lived in. And the first thing I wrote these in my phone. They're not that many, but I wanted to share these just in case you're thinking of what kind of mindset to adopt, and also not just the mindset, but the root or the source from which that kind of mindset sprung from. And the first one that I have here is that they didn't buy into the collective consciousness held together by the glue of being liked. Yesterday, I talked about how the collective consciousness that we created, where we had to create being liked as one of the highest goods, so that the collective consciousness can be glued together, can have something to glue it together. These people that are highly individuated and highly, like, who didn't really care about what other people thought about them, and were not actually interested. They didn't value what other people thought about them as much as they valued what they thought about themselves. These people didn't buy into that. They didn't buy into that consciousness um, of being liked as as um, as important, being liked by other people as important as them liking themselves. They also didn't buy into the fact that being liked is one of the highest good, or the highest value. They didn't buy into that. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, really, really, it's an amazing mindset to have, to know at maybe such an early age, that how you see yourself and how you think about yourself has more value than how anyone else sees you, regardless of who they are. whether they are your parents, your caregivers, whoever they might be. Most of these people that are highly individuated, like the people that I mentioned, adopted this mindset from a very young age, and or they had this mindset from a very young age. And for a nice girl, we did the opposite. We bought into the idea that being liked is more important. Being liked by other people and being liked by, the world is more important or has a higher value than liking ourselves. Because of, all the things that I talked about yesterday. And these people said, no, me liking myself and valuing myself is more important than what anyone thinks about me or whatever value they might give me. And I was thinking about this, and as I was thinking about this, I was like, I got to the thought of it's really, it's fascinating to have that mindset and to arrive at the conclusion that being liked by other people is not as valuable and is not the highest good. Because, first of all, being liked by other people means they always have power over you. Just like I said yesterday, it's like you're almost like a slave, because you have to do things that will make other people like you, and those things that the collective consciousness has agreed upon, which are the things that we have decided that these are the things that will make you likable, and these are the things that will make you not likable or unlikable, are not decided by you or are not decided by me. And so you find yourself coming into a consciousness or appearing into a consciousness that has already been set for you. And so to have the mindset that that cannot be the highest good, because if that were the highest good, then that means, first of all, I'll always be a slave to other people. And other people can always change. They can always change their viewpoint of whether they like me or not. Because depending on where you are in your life, if you might be interested, you're going to be interested in different things. So if people like you today, let me explain this further. Okay, so if people like you today, they like you because of either they like you because they can relate to you. People like, there's a saying that goes like this: people like them, something like that. People like them. Yeah, people like people who are like them. So when people like you, that means they like something about you that they see in themselves, which means either they like how you look, because it affirms how they look and how they see themselves, or they like what you're talking about because it affirms what they believe about themselves and what they believe about the world, or they like what you're teaching them or what you're telling them because it makes them feel good about themselves, because also, again, they agree with it, or it suits them, or they like you because maybe you're giving them something, they can get something from you. So there's a reason behind why people like you. As soon as that reason stops, then they're not gonna like you again. And so these people figured out that then therefore this cannot be the highest good. I'm making all this up though, but that's what I'm trying to think of how these people got to this kind of mindset at a very young age. And they decided that no, liking myself and valuing myself is the highest good. It's the highest value. It's not other people liking me, because it can change. Your family can like you today. We've all been with family members who liked us at one point, and at another time they didn't like us because we changed. When you change in your family and your family members stop understanding you, or they see your change as a threat to how they see themselves, or maybe as a threat to maybe what they're getting from you, or as a threat how they are perceived, then they are going to change towards you. You know, they might be mean, or they might be hateful to you. The same thing goes with friends and colleagues, and your co-workers, and the world at large. So if you are going to depend on people liking you, like the nice girl does, like the nice girl being obsessed with people liking her, you're going to be a slave. I've said this several times, and are asking, you're actually asking something of people that they cannot really give you, because it cannot last. No one's gonna like you throughout your lifetime, even your partner at times. This is why partners, spouses, husband and wife, outgrow each other. At the beginning, you may have been may have been at the same level of development, may have had the same beliefs, and then as you are in the relationship, one of you changes. Maybe they start having other interests, having other beliefs, and your partner maybe is still believing the same thing that he believed like 10 years ago. And that's how you outgrow each other. And then, that's where the strife begins to start. So the partner that you loved and cherished and respected at one point, maybe when you got married to them, now 10 years later or 20 years later, you don't really respect them in that way, because maybe their beliefs have changed, or maybe they're still stagnant in the belief that they had while you've moved on. So it's almost impossible for someone to like you throughout your lifespan, and the only way they can do that is if you don't change. And I think this is also the reason why we don't like changing. We don't like to change drastically, because we know what's going to happen. The moment you change drastically, people are going to come after you, because now you've changed and they perceive it as a threat to them. It's not really a threat, but that's how it's perceived. And most of us, especially the nice girl, doesn't like that, because she's obsessed with being liked. So she's going to do everything to continue that relationship between her and other people, even at the expense of herself. And yeah, I think, yeah. And so I was also thinking the root of all of this is the fear of rejection. Uh, and Yeah, the nice girl doesn't want to be rejected. She doesn't want to be ostracized. This is a very ingrained tribal fear, and I know many people have said this. In many videos, this comes up as the reason why the nice girl continues to be nice and doesn't express herself fully. Because at the root of it is the fear of rejection, the fear of being ostracized. It's also linked to the illusion that we get things from other people, like I talked about yesterday in the video. Because if we knew that we are fully in control and fully responsible and fully have the power, we have the full power of our creation, of the process of our creation, of the process of the unfolding of our creation until it manifests. If we knew that it's not that things come to us from other people, but things come to us from ourselves, from our own creation, from our own thoughts, then we wouldn't fear rejection, and we wouldn't fear being ostracized, because no one can really ostracize you. So this is going to be a short video. I don't think I have anything more to say. I just wanted to discuss or talk about the mindset that somebody who's highly individuated, from a very young age. What kind of mindset must they have had, and where it came from? you know, as gods, they must have refused to buy into the collective consciousness of being liked, the collective consciousness of um, um, thinking that things come to you from other people. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do another video, a little, but this one, let me see, what will I call this video? Okay, I'll call it the mindset of highly individuated people. Is it the mindset? It's beyond mindset, actually. It's a knowing. It's a knowing that they had. Oh, it really is. It's in the realm of mindset, in the realm of, yeah, but in the realm of mind. So, all right, okay. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.